Hey guys, we are live. Welcome to episode 12 of Comic Crunch. We have a few topics for you. Today's episode will be slightly shorter. We're trying to do a shorter format. We'll keep it to around 30 minutes, so bear with us. Questions, we'll try and answer questions later. So let's start off with some news here segment. So what do we have for news for the show? Key dokie, hold up a second. I can't even find my news beats. There we go. First one is this week we got a lot of images from Doctor Strange. I'm just going to go to Superhero Hype, which has the images right here. And yeah, go ahead and show them. So this is an image from Doctor Strange right there. Sorry, I actually clicked on Buddha. There we go. And and this is like an official image from Doctor Strange here. We've got everybody believes this is the Darkness, right?
Don't know who he is.
Yeah, we don't know. Looks like more people are possessed by this blinding darkness of lack of sleep.
Lack of sleep, good one.
This is Mads Mikkelsen. And then, of course, we see him with Chill Ejiofor, Baron Mordo, running down the streets of New York. I didn't see them. I'm sorry, I did not see them. I apologize.
They were in a different part of New York, bro. It's all good.
It's all good. Yeah, I did see the shoot where they were shooting Luke Cage, though, because I actually saw Luke Cage in public. Yep, some more images here, some green screen. So there's some really cool images of Doctor Strange this week, which is actually pretty cool. So let's go ahead and stop that. What do you think of those images before we move forward to the next topic?
They're images.
The costumes look good?
Costumes do look good. That, I'll say, looks nice. I'm just curious to know who is Max Mikkelsen.
Yeah, I'm curious myself. I'm wondering who he is. And, it'll be interesting to see. Dave Bautista has been casting Blade Runner 2. Now, speculation that he's probably going to be Muscle again. Even though I was really impressed with him from Guardians of the Galaxy, though, out of all the characters, he was the one that impressed me because I didn't think he had that range, just to act. So,
well, it was a simple role for him to do.
No, I mean, but his tone, the way he actually delivered his lines, even though he was playing Muscle, he actually spoke a little Shakespearean, and not like I am dead and I will beat you. So, I mean. It was good.
Holy crap! The crap you come up with. I am Musclehead. I will beat you.
Yeah, so it was good. So it's good to see he joins. Oh my God, what's her name again?
Harrison.
Harrison Ford, and she's in Wonder Woman, and also in
Robin Wright.
Robin Wright. Thank you, and Robin Wright. So. That's something to note. Also on Arrow, Echo Keelam has been upgraded to series regular, aka Mr. Terrific. Now, let me show you this image just quickly, because remember how I said that there's a certain look of Mr. Terrific that I have in mind. That is the look. See how he looks? He looks like he he doesn't fit the role of Mr. Terrific in my mind. I didn't say he's bad.
Give it time.
It's
a different get to that look by the end of the season.
It's a different interpretation, which is fine with me. I get it, but it's just not. I don't hate it. It's just I just think it's a little different. So,
oh, dude, it's all good.
It's good. It's fine. All right, moving on. Next, of course, Spider-Man reboot titles.
The 3 working domains.
Yes. Let's see. What are the domain names again? Did I miss it?
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
Something like that. They were kind of cheesy.
They were cheesy ones. I don't think that's it. But we'll see. Spider-Man Homecoming was one. And
then Feige announced today that some of the MCU characters will appear in his movie.
Oh, definitely. It makes sense. I mean, I suspect Iron Man will be there.
Oh, then Sony's going to pay him a hell of a paycheck.
No, there's be points again.
There'll be points.
There'll be points. That's how you don't put cost on top of your movie. you do the points and you make producer and all that kind of stuff. So there are different ways around these things. It's definitely going to be points. We have some images of Wonder Woman set.
Yeah.
Nice images. Yeah, remember how we talked about multicultural Amazons? Well, it looks like, at least from the images that we see, you can see some black ladies. You can see some mixed colors there. It's a black lady riding a horse. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Now you're happy.
So hey, look, no, it's not just happy. I'm just like, I don't want them to fall into that trap. Like now everything's so sensitive in race. There's a whole thing with the Gap Kids photo this week, where there was a white girl. She put her hand on the black girl's head, and everyone's like, that's racist. Only to find out they're both sisters, and you're like, one's the older sister, and I know older siblings very well. I didn't have older siblings, but my cousins definitely put their hands on my head anyway, so they probably knocked me around. So I'm like, come on. So I don't want them to get into that trap just because they're trying to make a Wonder Woman movie. But some nice set photos. But we also got some stuff from Gal Gadot today, actually, stating that Wonder Woman is pretty dark. She said
it'll have a little humor, and it's going to be
pretty dark. But it also takes place, from beginning into World War I. So World War I was not a pretty war. Let's just call it what it is. It was not a war that anyone cared to remember. So there you have that. Deadpool too says Ryan Reynolds closed on the deal. Most likely he was putting on Deadpool 1 and probably an option for 2. And with the success of this, because they want to do Deadpool, add Deadpool into the X-Men universe, bring in Deadpool and Cable, do X-Force, they probably signed him to a 5-picture deal, and he's probably getting points. But also, you remember, he produced this movie. So already he is set. He's absolutely set. So congratulations, man. I mean, he had a rough turmoil, especially in the last couple of years with movies. So I'm glad to see that he's, at least he's found something that it's really putting him back up there. So that's really good, So yeah, he's definitely coming back with Deadpool 2, X-Force, you name it. Yeah, he'll be there. Let's see, 3 more Spider-Man possible titles. Could be Spider-Man Coming of Age, Spider-Man Greatness Awaits, Spider-Man Suspended. That was not good to be a title. Not at all. Kingsman 2 had some casting news, as well as also some rumors. We saw a new poster from Kingsman.
Mm-hmm.
And also, my favorite guy in Game of Thrones, who just could not hold himself back and just kill the mountain. He decided to keep talking.
And got his head popped like a pimple.
Yep, Pedro Pascal.
But he was in something else, too.
Yeah. I just saw it right here too. He was in Narcos. He was in the TV show Narcos on Netflix.
That's right.
Yeah, so he's cast in that. So that would be actually interesting to see him in there. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, this is the big one because it's in our title. Warner Brothers had another time slot for October of next year for a movie. We all missed that one. And Umberto announced that at least he's dropping it as his big insider scoop, that it is for Tomb Raider. And of course, we know Daisy Ridley, they've been hunting her for this. And if they get it and they drop it, that movie's going to be huge.
If it's good.
It's going to be huge. But also, the benefit of it? You know when it comes out?
Next year.
It comes out before Star Wars.
Oh, that is true.
Yes, which means you don't get tired of her. You will get tired of her after Star Wars. In terms of she's everywhere, that whole mindset that always, gets there. But also it's flowing. I mean,
she's too young to be out there. I mean, not age-wise, but picture-wise. She's only done Star Wars and a few British movies that we've never seen.
Yeah.
And then if she does get Tomb Raider, she kind of fits the part for the video game role.
Yeah, she does.
Because she kind of looks like her.
Yeah. It will be. Hey, Mike. Mike says, yay, live, catching Comic Crunch live. That's good. I think she fits. I think them casting her, and they've already set the timetable for her to shoot it. She's doing Star Wars now, and they're going to start shooting in September, they say. So they've already set the time work for her to actually shoot that and then finish, post-production, dropping in October. That, what I mean, even though WB's had some issues, which we're going to talk about next, that was nice. That was a nice thing to fit in there. If they can make it happen with her, that would be splendid. That will absolutely be splendid with that. In other news, of course, which we talked about this week, WB has basically done a reshuffling in the company, according to the Hollywood Reporter. Surprisingly, they have not canceled a single superhero movie. So all of you people who are hating on BVS and the rest of that, nope, that's not happening.
You can't cancel now.
No, they actually added 2 more dates.
But you're not looking so keen for 2018, buddy.
That's Umberto's take on it.
But Umberto makes perfect sense.
He's take. I hear him, but I think they will be surprised. The Batman is coming sooner, and like I said, 2018 is the latest it's coming. It's not coming 2019. No.
We'll see.
No, it's not coming 2019 because he mentioned the difference he mentioned there is, Ben Affleck should take a break. What it is that they're going to ask Ben Affleck to hire another director with him for that movie, somebody he trusts, that to say, okay, I need you to do these certain scenes that I'm not here, and I need you to do these scenes. That kind of thing where
kind of like what Peter Jackson did with the Hobbit movies this go around, where he had Andy Serkis as his number 2 director.
Exactly. It doesn't even matter. He's gonna need it for this movie, even if it wasn't about the timing, because also this is something that he's never done on this scale. So the studio will want somebody to at least help him out with that in there. So you're going to definitely have that, especially, I think for him, the scenes he's directing other people will be fine. And when he's directing himself, or maybe scenes that he's not even needed to be, maybe it's like outdoor shots, or maybe shots like in remote locations. They don't necessarily need a lot of people that other person can handle. So I think that's what they're going to do there. So like I said, it's still possible. You never know how they'll be like, because of this reshuffling they're doing. I think they are probably ramping up. And again, because Justice League has a lot of things in place for the Batman universe anyway, you can start prepping from there immediately. Remember, the cars, the things, all that stuff is there. So I think that's going to happen. Moving on to Suicide Squad, the rumors of the reshoots in terms of it being mostly humor.
I'm hearing different.
Yeah, Jai Courtney came out and said that they're reshooting a lot of action. That they definitely is some more humor per se, but it's like the scenes are action scenes that we are shooting.
What it could be is, you remember they did do a few screeners.
Yeah.
Test screeners, and that's probably a lot of complaint that there just wasn't enough action.
Well, no, I've forgotten his name, who came up on Collider today, said that he has buddies who worked in the scene, said they shot the action sequences and they were long. What I mean, he meant by long, meaning that it took a while to develop. So they're redoing some of those action scenes, kind of cutting it down a little bit more, making it tighter, So they're redoing the action. And again, this movie is an action movie, so you can always add humor in there, or expand the humor in that action if you wanted to. And again, it's dark humor. So, the old reports about all the humor is in the trailer means that the Joker is pretty much funny in almost every scene he is. It's just dark. So we only saw a little bit of the Joker. So, I mean, and again, Harley Quinn too. Almost everything she says comes out of her mouth is some kind of, inside joke, so to speak. And then Charlize Theron was officially cast in Fast 8 as
the villain.
Yeah, we expected, which is great. I'm glad to see her in that.
And I think I know who her bodyguard or henchman is going to be.
Who?
Remember, I saw it earlier this week, but one of the guys from Game of Thrones got casted.
Oh, the Mountain.
Not the Mountain.
Oh, thank God, because that would be overkill.
No, it wasn't the Mountain. It's the guy that Jon Snow had in.
Yeah. The redheaded guy.
The red beard guy. Him.
Yeah.
He's not overkill. He could handle The Rock, or he could handle Vin Diesel.
No, he can handle Vin Diesel. Nobody can handle The Rock. It's The Rock and the Mountain. That's what he needs to be.
That's overkill.
Yeah. But at least you can just make it like a slice area. You just see all this wind and breeze, both of them going, muscles pounding everywhere.
Baby oil all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. So you definitely see that in there. Okay, let's see. Quick comments here. Deadpool is gonna have to be bombed down if they're gonna bring to X-Men universe. No, not really. I mean, they could bleep him all the way through if they wanted to.
Oh God,
have there really been any half decent video game based movies? No.
There has been.
Which one?
I mean, it's been a while, but the very first Mortal Kombat
live
action was good.
But I think what it is also again is the way the new Tomb Raider game was written was written like a movie, less a game in there. And also I've been playing it for a while. And also something like whenever Sony decides to make Uncharted, if I were them, I would start making Uncharted now before Indiana Jones 4 comes out. 6 or whatever.
But I think the problem with that is too many cooks in the kitchen, and they want it to go a certain way.
I agree. The thing is that Warcraft is going to come out and do well. It won't do gangbuster, but it will still do well. And then if I'm them, I just start doing Uncharted, because Uncharted doesn't, remember, you take the basis of the video game and you make an adventure. This is a different adventure for Nathan Drake that you haven't seen in the game. It doesn't matter. You just create another adventure. That's what it is. As long as you keep the character formula same, the guy is this kind of character, right? Done. You're fine. Let's see. Is it true that they're working on an Uncharted movie? Yes, they are. I wouldn't be mad if they pick Felicity Jones over her for Tomb Raider. I'm sorry, no. Let's get to Rogue One. Since you messed with Felicity Jones. So I dropped my reaction video. What did you think?
I enjoyed it. It's a totally different tone, which it's bringing a darker element to the Star Wars franchise. That gritty war element that we've been longing for. I mean, yeah, we got a glimpse of it with Clone Wars, but it wasn't that dark. This should bring it to another level.
This is not even dark. Okay, let's not call it dark. Let's call it what it is. It is
for a Star Wars movie. This will be darker.
Yeah, I know. But for me, this is not dark. That being said, you've seen my reaction. Yeah, exactly. I might take Donnie Yen. That's the only thing. Him and Forrest Whitaker are the only things that excite me in this movie. Period. I mean, yes, I'm a Star Wars fan, but to me, I don't care that much because I know they're all gonna die. I mean, they all have to die because where were they in Episode 7? As far as I'm concerned, like
they would never be in Episode 7.
Or where were they in the Star Wars, series as a whole moving forward?
They're not. I don't see too many of these characters making it out of this movie.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said to me is that. But seeing Donnie Yen there was pretty cool.
What's interesting is they don't necessarily. If anyone makes it out, they could branch them over into the Rebels season.
Yeah. I mean, animated Rebels, yeah, which is great. But I'm saying, like, for somebody who wants to watch more and you get involved, my own fear is that you get involved with a character. Like, I'm gonna like Donnie Yen. He's probably not going to talk much, most likely, because they're going to play him like somebody said, space samurai type character, and then he's going to die. Or maybe they'll make it that Forrest Whitaker is somehow connected to Boba Fett or the hunt, whatever, the bounty hunter, whatever.
I don't see Forrest Whitaker as a bounty hunter.
He's dressed like a bounty hunter, though.
I mean,
I'm just saying from his attire, he looked like he was dressed as a bounty hunter.
And Donnie Yen, unfortunately, most likely will die by the hands of Darth Vader.
As if they give me, if you give me an epic, you need to give me an epic lightsaber battle with Donnie Yen and Darth Vader. I will call it the best. I will go, okay, I'm cool. I'm good.
But that's the problem.
Do it.
There's no Jedis in this.
But there's Darth Vader.
Darth Vader's not a Jedi.
No, it doesn't matter. If Darth Vader now says he wants to take them out, and then Donnie Yen,
I don't see Donnie Yen with a lightsaber.
No. But Donnie Yen is like, I mean, like, I don't know how he gets the lightsaber, or maybe he has something that's similar, whatever the case may be. But Donnie Yen's like, I will take care of him. And then you give me an epic fight there, I'm like, because if he dies by some kind of explosion,
I don't see explosion. I just see him being
Okay,
getting
but
killed.
Blaster, that just lame. That's right. iMac Tech said Donnie Yen versus Vader. Yeah, that's what I want. That is what I would be epic. I'm just saying.
But
So
yes,
we'll
the
see.
horn, the Death Star horn was epic in the trailer.
I think the movie will be dramatic, and Vader is going to come in and do some wrecking. I think Vader is going to come in briefly. I really think it's going to be. He's going to be like one of those.
We've already seen him.
Yeah, but it's going to be briefly where he doesn't do anything. Is we see Vader.
Oh no, Vader's going to do some shit. I have a feeling Vader's going to.
Hopefully, like I said, but who's he? To me, he has to fight somebody, and
he doesn't have to fight anybody, bro. What they said, how they set Vader up beautifully is he gets surrounded in one of the novels by a whole bunch of rebels with blasters, and Vader does some type of shit with the Force.
But I don't care about that. Me personally, again, it's like saying Superman versus Booster Gold. Boo-hoo! Fight Donnie Yen. Let's see something happen. That's why I'm just saying that for me,
Donnie Yen needs a lifesaver. Then
exactly. If I'll Vader, I'll go. You Force is strong with you. Here you go. Let me see what you got, son.
But Vader will easily handle him with a lifesaver battle.
No.
This Vader in this particular era that he's in is untouchable by no one with the lifesaver.
Donnie Yen. Look, Vader cannot beat Ip Man. Okay. All right. Iron Monkey. I mean, do I have to start listing out the movies now?
If you want to take it to that route, then Donnie Yen has a chance. But they're not going to have a karate fight or kung fu fight.
Mike says even if Donnie Yen struggles against him, it still make it happen. It's true. Like to me, that would if he dies silly, I would probably want to get up and go. Force choke. Let's see. Jackie says I'm not looking forward to Rogue One based on the director. Who's the director of Rogue One?
Garth Edwards.
Oh, he did
Godzilla. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be a missed opportunity if he doesn't come and at least fight some guys, especially if they're in the movie. I agree, but everyone's going to love it. They call it the best movie ever, or whatever the case may be. So that's just that. I'll put it. I'll put it that way.
Okay, so
with it
here, interesting news. Wolverine 3 adds Narcos, Boyd Hollowbrook as its main villain.
Who's Boyd Hollowbrook? Where are you seeing that? Let me see if I can share that with peeps.
Comic book CBR breaking news. Comic book resources.
Okay. And villain's title is. Do you know what villain?
Narcos. He was in Narcos.
I have. Yeah. Comic book resources is such a slow website. Man, it's taking forever to open. There we go. Okay, so let me share my screen so you guys can see that. There we go. My bad.
Oh, it's that guy.
Yeah.
He was the one of the cops.
There we go. He needs to bulk up or do something. I don't know, or whatever role he's playing. Not sure. But we will see.
Main villain.
We'll see. Yeah, he is. So, okay, that's interesting. And all right, so that's it. Rogue One. That's all for news and all that stuff. We'll get back to that. Let's move on to shows. First, we already done The Walking Dead.
Quick recap. Walking Dead sucked.
Walking Dead was great. The ending, a lot of people didn't like it, but you know what? That's part of life.
Yeah, we just drove around town for 5 hours in an RV and got nowhere.
Next, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. There was no Flash this week, right? I'm correct.
No, it comes back this week.
Okay, just making sure because I was like, I couldn't find on Hulu. Agent S.H.I.E.L.D. I liked the episode. It was a good episode.
Yes, it was. It was enjoyable. You know, I like the direction they're going. It's like they've done the past few seasons. The final back 8 end up being really well.
Mm-hmm. You saw that image of next week. with all the superpowered Shield agents all standing together, well wearing black.
Oh, they got to wear something.
But yeah, it was a good episode overall. I like the fact that what's his name is probably going to eventually run back to Shield for help. The former head of Hydra.
You think so?
Yeah. He's lost power.
Oh, he never really had power.
No, he had power. He had some power, but now that he's brought somebody who has true physical power over him,
dude, that guy's scary.
Yeah, so he's lost it, and his main bodyguard is like, I'm sorry, I am where I'm supposed to be. So he's like fear. You can hear fear in his voice. So he's lost power.
The only issue I had was they killed Charlie. How the hell did they kill Charlie?
Who?
The guy who could see the future.
It's just too powerful to have around. That's why.
Really? He didn't get his neck broken.
Oh, man, he died.
I mean, what will he do? Die of excessive futureness?
He was gone. It was fine. There was no Supergirl this week, so we move on to the next show, which would be Arrow. Now, your thoughts before I jump into this episode. You go ahead.
Hallelujah, praise the Lord! They finally killed the weakest link.
Mm-hmm.
It was a okay episode. I found some issues, like why would Team Arrow put together that stupid statue? For starters, it's like, are you guys stupid? You had Vixen break it, and then y'all want to put it back together with super glue?
Yeah, there was okay. I agree with you. Laurel gone, best thing possible. This was a sloppy episode.
Well, yes, it was. It had some sloppiness.
It would no, it was a lot. I give one was that whole plot hole with the putting the thing together. Two was the fact that whole Diggle not trusting, when he's saying, look, your brother, like that. I thought we've gone past that crap. Three was the fact that the way they showed Laurel died was the worst editing cut ever. Remember, she says, I need you to promise me something.
Mm-hmm.
He sits down. They cut outside. Back. And then they cut back in. They cut back to she's rushing it. So I thought that I dozed off. I'm watching it. I thought I dozed off. So I went back to watch it, and I skip back, and I'm like, really? I mean, come on. It's such a bad job.
And the fight earlier in the bunker, that was horrible.
The fight in the bunker was horrible. The fight, there's one fight that was actually not bad. There were a couple of fights in there. I mean, it was mixed. It was still better than remember the earlier this season when the fights just looked like shit.
Dude, I'm sorry. Thea does a roundhouse to Merlin, and Merlin's nowhere near her, but yet he falls.
It's the director and camera angle. I mean, that's the distance.
Angles
remember
horrible.
when you're doing a roundhouse to somebody on a film, you're supposed to be here. Like this is how far it's supposed to be, not here.
And then the other thing I found in that particular part is Malcolm's got his League of Shadows fighting Canary with her little nightsticks, and they're using swords, but yet her nightsticks.
That's TV. I didn't even pay attention. I stopped paying attention. Look, those are metal nightsticks with black paint made by Cisco. Okay, let's call it what it is.
But then what does she do? At the end of every night, she respray paints them?
Look, let's just call it what it is, man. Cisco made it. Let's buy that. That's more plausible. Cisco made it, okay?
And then how the hell did Malcolm get a hand?
Oh, they didn't even talk about that one. So, you know what? Again, sloppy. It's a sloppy. Move on. DC Legends of Tomorrow. I'm serious. Thank you. I Mike Tech. Arrow is sloppy. It's just becoming a hot mess.
They better not bring that stupid woman back. If they bring Laurel back, I'm done with this show.
No, if you want to bring Laurel back, you can bring her back in a flashback episode. If you bring her in a one episode type thing here and there, I'm fine. If you bring her back in Flash, if you bring her back in DC Legends Tomorrow is a great place to bring her back in. That's even better. Maybe that would even help her as a change of character and whatever style. That kind of stuff.
I know we do get her for one
Flash.
more episode in Flash in May.
Yeah. So,
But other than that, no.
yeah.
I'm done.
So DC Legends is tomorrow.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a good episode. It's fun.
Hitler was, Hitler.
They're finding the inevitability of time is that they almost can't change anything, So they have to
still
find,
happens.
They still have to find. They have to find the right point to change it. That's the thing. But moving closer to it is the worst part to change it because they sped up the whole process.
Well, next week we're going to the Wild Wild West.
Yeah. Meet Jonah Hex.
He doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, should be interesting. So yeah, it's all the shows were good except Arrow in my mind this week. Next week there will be no Comic Crunch next week, so we're taking that hiatus, and also there'll be no weekly next week. Just to let you guys know, I'm doing a little mini vacation, so apologies. But we will still be doing we'll do reactions this weekend for Suicide Squad, Captain America Civil War, and yes, the Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. Yes, where to find them. And of course, Doctor Strange as well as
Ninja Turtles.
So we're going to have that at least on tap for content. Now, going back to some of the comments you guys made, iMac Tech says, Donnie Yen is too well known for them to not let him do something big. And his fighting is too well known for them to not have him take out someone easy anyway. He must be taken out by Vader. I agree. That has to be something where, maybe he takes out Vader's apprentice. We should see an apprentice of some kind.
Vader don't have an apprentice.
I'm just saying, whatever. I'm just giving an example.
He's not allowed.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's not allowed to have an apprentice. Something. He just has to, because if he doesn't, that is a huge fail. And that's almost like, that's like an embarrassment to the character. I understand, yeah, you want some people are like, why are you casting Donnie Yen into a pigeonhole and making him just a martial artist? When the first thing I see him do in the movie trailer is not
using the bow staff.
He's using the bow staff to beat someone. If he gets blasted out, I'll call it like I'm gonna call it now. Rogue One, the movie may be perfect. If Donnie Yen dies uselessly, it drops from a 9 to a 7 or a 6.5 for that reason.
You know what? He don't need to die at the hands of Vader, because they could have an Inquisitor working alongside Vader to help Vader get the plans back, and I would accept Donnie Yen dying to an Inquisitor.
No, I'm sorry. Epic guy, epic death.
But he's only epic overseas. He's not epic in the States. And they brought that point up yesterday on the Schmoes No Show.
And why did you cast him in the movie? Because you want this movie to do well overseas? Are you foolish, Disney, if you don't give him something to me, if he dies by a blaster from somebody, I don't care, whoever it is, even if it's Boba Fett, super dosed with, Bane steroids. No, I'm sorry.
What if he takes 50 blasters to the chest?
No, it's still stupid. Like look, you're giving me a fantasy and you cast somebody that big of an international star. I'm just saying, I don't know how this movie is going to turn out. I'm just saying that for me personally, if Donnie Yen goes out like the same way that Samuel L. Jackson went out, granted, it was two people in the sense, but that was still a terrible death for Samuel L. Jackson. Phil. This movie failed. He
got betrayed by Anakin.
His was a little bit better because at least we saw him literally pound down the Emperor. He was stronger than the Emperor. And then Anakin basically shortchanged him. That one I can buy. I can still buy it. But it's just
the way I saw that.
They threw him out the window. I was like, come on, man. My respected brother. Come on. So
Yoda is the knowledge. Mace was the muscle.
Yeah. All I'm saying is this: they've already destroyed one with Mace. Please do not do it with Donnie yet. Do not do it with Donnie yet. I'm just begging you, because if that happens, I would just be like, I'm just telling you now. My review will go. It's a very good movie to watch, but it's a 6. I'm gonna do the same thing like Mark Ellis. I'm gonna be like, it's a zigs off because they killed Donnie Yen like a chicken. So I can't do that. Jackie says, what would happen if Suicide Squads get the same reception at BVS? Because the reception towards BVS is nonsense. It is absolute nonsense. I don't know. Remember, BVS had hate from the very beginning. Suicide Squad has a lot of love from the very beginning.
Dude, they're going to do well because of two people.
Joker.
And Harley Quinn.
No, actually 3.
Don't say Will Smith.
No, it's not. No. Will Smith is actually international audience, though. That's where that would do well.
He's just no.
Yes, yeah, dude.
I'm not going to see this movie for him.
I'm seeing the movie for Will Smith and the Joker, and of course,
I'm going to see the movie because it's a comic book movie. But other than that,
but you know who else is more in this movie according to Umberto?
Oh, Batman has a few more scenes.
No. He said there's a lot more Batman than you think. So I'm thinking.
Also, we're getting a trailer.
We're getting a trailer soon. So I don't think it's going to go with the same reception. It's funny you mentioned reception. My cousin, before we started, sent me a text, and she was raving about BVS. She just saw it. I was like, really? She's like, I don't understand why people say this movie is bad. I don't get it. And her comic book knowledge, she doesn't look. She asked me after she watches the movie. She doesn't come beforehand. She watches it and then she goes, okay. And then I asked her, I said, is there anything you didn't understand? She said, no. So I said,
I hope WB does what Umberto dropped yesterday as far as a scoop,
which is
that they're going to release the 3-hour cut. Even if it's just for 2 weeks in theaters, limited run, I'll be there.
Oh, yeah. I'll be there too. That'll be great.
They'll get my money again.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, I will see it because that's the version I want to see.
Yeah. And some things that came from the director's cut, which Snyder has talked about, the fact that one, Clark Kent went to go investigate Batman in Gotham. Second one is also just dropped today that he talked about Superman's hearing distance. You know, everybody has talked about the fact that how come he couldn't find his mom? And he said they shot a scene where Superman's trying to find his mom, and he opens up his hearing to hear everything, and he starts hearing way too much.
Which is understandable because they kind of touched on that.
He goes nuts. He almost goes nuts. So he's like, it was a darker scene and they wanted to cut it off. So I'm like, I put that in. Let's see. Let's see how it is, because there's a lot of things that people want to chop them. I mean, the movie has its issues, yes, but it's nothing like that or anything to that point. But anyway, guys, that is it for Comic Crunch this week. Thank you for joining. Again, check out our other videos. Check out our reaction videos coming up. Tomorrow, Sunday, as well as throughout the week. Just watch, subscribe to the channel, share the video with your friends. Before we finish, we have one more comment from Joshua. He says the one really weird thing about BVS is that how does Clark not know who Bruce Wayne is because he's a reporter? I don't know.
Doesn't care about Gotham. He doesn't care about Bruce Wayne.
Maybe
he's not a celebrity person.
Actually, no. I'll put it this way: it's one of the two things. Either he's heard his name and has never seen his face, and that's happened like with all the musicians that are out nowadays who I do not know. I mean, that part happens. And maybe also because he never covered social beats until then. Because remember, he wanted to cover crime in Gotham and all those things, and then what's his name? Perry White put him on sports. He didn't cover it. Then they now put him on the social beats, and he said, "Okay, fine. Maybe I'll ask a Bruce Wayne or Lex Luthor when I see them there." But he's never actually seen the person, and there are many people like that. I mean, there are many. Think of a celebrity you guys know, or you've heard the name, but you've never actually seen.
True.
It happens. There are many of those, so it is what it is. Even rich people. Yes, Bill Gates is the richest, but do you know who the second richest guy is? Even if I mentioned his name, probably I'd say it happens like that. Those are things, and I guess in this universe, Bruce Wayne might be the second richest, not even the richest. Who knows?
Actually, I think Bill Gates is the second richest.
No, I think he's the richest. It fluctuates anyway, but I mean, He'll be back there next year if he isn't. All right, guys. Thank you very much. And appreciate all the comments and enjoy your entertainment.